I like yours.
Just look around.
Yeah, look at yours. See, look, you got Alf up there. See, it sounds like we're very similar kind of creatures here.
Yeah, I think so too. I see your Thundercats. I thought it was a leopard one, but
Yeah. So it's the Def Leopard Thundercats crossover.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one though.
Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks, mate. Got this for my birthday last year.
Super.
So all the pop culture stuff, the movie stuff, and the metal stuff for me all goes hand in hand. So
It does.
it's part of the same world.
Absolutely.
So what do we got here? I'm trying to see what you've got there. I can see Alf up there.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon Shumway. Those kids playing at home. What else is your what else is your jam?
E.T.
Oh, hey,
That's
check this out.
original one.
That is awesome. Hey, you might get a kick out of this because I just dug this out. Don't know if you can see this, but this is
Land.
yeah. So this is E.T. narrated by Drew Barrymore on 45.
Wow.
Remember these that used to come with the books?
Yeah, and there's that ding where you should.
That's it, man. Yeah. So this is with Drew Barrymore when she was like, when she
That
was
is super cool,
good.
man.
Yeah. I haven't played it yet, but it's going to be interesting. I want to sit down with my kids. But yeah, that's awesome. So E.T. is your favorite movie, is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up with it. I mean, I don't remember what year it was out. Was it 81? I think it was 81. Which makes me 9 years old. And the thing was, I saw it on. This sounds pretty stupid, but my I have an older sister that's 4 years older than me, and she got a new student in her class from the States who came with an ET t-shirt on. And she also had this finger that today would not be okay to have.
I know the one. I know the one. Yeah.
And she gave it to me. And also she had a VHS copy. But here in Europe we have, what's it called? PAL system.
Oh, yes.
And in the States they had this other one. NTSL or whatever.
That's it. So we were PAL too.
Yeah, okay.
Get it? Yeah.
You know, have you tried to play an NTSC?
No.
Into your PAL?
No.
I mean, it looks like, it's rolling all the time. Color comes in, and, But I watched that movie like 20 times on that quality. And then it came on the cinemas here in Sweden way later. So I was so excited to see it. It's my favorite movie.
That's awesome. It is, it holds up. I went and saw it for the re-release and took my eldest daughter when she was, really young.
Yeah.
And that scene, the scene. The one
absolutely.
it gets every time, man.
I'm crying like a baby.
Yeah, I know. And when he's in the river, me up. Yeah.
I laugh just as much every time he finds the beer.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know what time it is down there, but I'm having one right now and you're on it, my man.
You bastard. It's only like 10:30 in the morning here, so I would be killed if I started now.
Oh.
I will go on later on.
Sorry, pal. Yeah, it's my Friday night, so I've got
that sounds great, man.
I just did a 11-hour day, so I'm like, Raider.
Your word.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, man, I'm ready to chill and, of course, talk to you about At the Movies, which I absolutely love. I mean, as soon as it came through, I was like, this is incredible. I mean, you're tackling some of the best earworms there are out there in music. And the thing about it is, I mean, you put these metal spins on them, but they're so fun. Like, even the most brutal black metal dude who just hates everything, that the edgelord dudes would be loving it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't.
I hope so, because I think the fun of it actually, is the one that's shining through. I mean, it's recorded in a way that is non-professional in any way, in a time slot that is insane, and I think it just shines that we had fun. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's only what that's what's the main purpose. I mean, it started off with one song, and me and Alan said, "Yeah, let's have different people on different songs. That would be cool, you know." And after the first one, we just went like, let's keep with these guys. And and then we said, okay, let's do two songs, you know. And the other guy says, but let's focus on three because it's better than only doing one. And all of a sudden, we went up to 24 in a year. And we had a time schedule. I don't know if you know this one, but we when we did the first one, we decided to release it on a Thursday at 7 o'clock on YouTube. And we were sitting like this and, you know, having a release party together, drinking. And then we said, okay, so what's the next song? And we tried to brainstorm something. And on the Friday, woke up with a small hangover. God's way of saying you kicked ass last night. I started making a demo out of the song I felt was, you know, inspiring me. Sent it off to the guys and they said yes or no. If they said yes, I took away all the drums, sent them to Alan to record his drums, got that back, mixed the drums, took away the bass, sent that to Egberg. And on Tuesday we had a time limit. Everything needed to be given to me on the Tuesday so I could mix it for a few hours. Because on Wednesday they had to edit the videos. And then we released it on Thursday. Had a release party. Started over on Friday. And we did that for, I don't know. So I think that's the fun of it, you know, having the gun to your head and we're all just, you know, working our asses off, just laughing and going like, hey, this is cool.
And the thing is, it sounds amazing too. Like, it doesn't say, you know, you're saying it's, you know, home recording and everyone just collaborating.
Yeah, but it is.
Dude, it sounds really, really good. Mate, it sounds amazing. Like, I've been cranking it and like the mix is awesome. Like the videos are really well done. It's not for that amount of time. That usually takes a couple of weeks for most people.
Yeah.
You've smashed them out that amount of time. I mean, but you know what you're doing. It is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it took some magic for me. I mean, mixing. I mean, his drums is recorded in a small fucking room, you know, out in nowhere land. You work with what you got, but yeah. I mean, I think we got it good. I mean, sometimes you can polish a turd for a while, but it still will stink after a while. But I think we did this pretty good, you know.
So, in saying that, to make life easier for you, did you have like presets after that? After the first couple of goes, where you go, okay, well, this is the template. You know, don't fuck with the system, and that made it easier.
And I made a new one for the 90s, you know, because I wanted to be, gotta be, if you just look at the artwork of the albums,
yeah,
you know, they look like the most cheapest, you know, those, what was it called, Absolute Music or, you know,
yeah.
Like a tons of different compilations, you know, and I wanted it that way. So when we did the first, I thought, how can we make this looking 90s, but, you know, the same, you know, and the same goes with the sound. It's like, I don't want to lose too much of the 80s sound. I still want that snare and, you know, all that. Because that is the movie sound, I think. You know.
Absolutely.
That it has this 80s with a extra push, you know. So.
Man, it came out really good. You got to be proud of it. And of course, I mean, everyone, you got involved with it as well. I mean,
I got to show you something.
Okay. Give us a gaze.
I just got the box set.
What's that?
Oh. You see that? So you actually get a Walkman together with the cassettes.
That is so sick.
And you get like, now I don't have it here, but the keychain and, you know, those 80s sunglasses.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, how good is that? How good is that?
I mean, people are releasing, you know, cassettes today just because it's cool, but we decided to do it with the Walkman too, so they can actually listen to it.
So how did that come about? I mean, obviously you can't just walk down the shop and get a Walkman these days. Was that?
No, but I must say Atomic Fire did a really good job. I mean, the same goes, both on the CDs and the LPs. We have the stickers, can take out our heads and post them wherever you want. And I love all that shit since, I mean, I'm a Kiss fan. And you
Yes.
always got something in there, a tattoo or a sticker or whatever, a poster. So I love those different, things to be in there.
So I think that might be where it also comes from. Rewinding back how we were saying that, the pop culture stuff and the metal stuff always seems to go hand in hand. I think that really does go back to Kiss, hey?
Yeah,
Like,
for me it does.
yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge Kiss fan, so.
And you supported them too, didn't you?
Yeah.
You opened for them, didn't you?
Yeah, once. That was a dream come true, man. I mean, I was standing there playing guitar, and I was looking down, and it was like a big tape, Jeans Bloodline, and I was, And it was fun to see both Ken and Ronnie. Everyone was just like totally, we were blown away, and they were so nice. I mean, they were really treating us good. We got to play a full set and, use everything we wanted and, but you had nothing to come with. I mean, when you're opening for Kiss, I mean, then it says you want the best and you're gone.
But you know what? That's such an amazing life achievement. Your favorite band, you get to open for your favorite band. I mean, that's
In your favorite band, too.
sorry.
I mean, as a fan of Pretty Maids, being in that band playing for Kiss.
Oh.
I mean, so I took my best friend, my best buddy since younger days, who's also a Kiss fan and a musician, and I told my manager that I need him to be my keyboard roadie, just so he could be on stage with me, and so we had he went with his telephone, no one's watching, taking pictures of the drums,
Man, I was like, I've been there, man. I know exactly what that's like because, when my old band opened for a couple of touring bands, and you have those moments where you're like, I can't believe it,
Yeah. What do you play?
I'm a singer, actually.
Yeah.
I'm a death metal dude, so yeah, so I'm all about the heavy stuff, but it's all across the, for me, movies and music, as I keep saying, we're hand in hand, especially soundtracks. Very, very, very early on for me, the thing that really, I think, sort of kicked it off was, the Transformers '86 soundtrack. That is incredibly important to my evolution.
Isn't that John Parr? Where's what's the name of the song that was so famous?
The Touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stan Bush, The Touch.
Stan Bush. Thank you.
Oh, you know what? I would love to hear you guys do that. Oh.
Isn't that a little bit too rock?
Oh, man, come on. Oh, it's like hearing you guys do that would be like the ultimate. Because I mean, you've got Björn, Speed Strid, who's like one of my favorite vocal. He's such a good dude as well. He's
fantastic.
Man, and how do you pronounce her name? Is it Linnéa? Linnéa? Man, she's incredible as well.
I so hope she gets a career out of this, to be honest. I mean, she was in Tyrion. She did tour with Camelot and all that. But now she has two small girls. She together with the drummer from Dynasty. I don't know if you know the band.
Yeah.
I mean, we meet all the time. I'm always babysitting her girls. I'm having her oldest over actually for Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome.
A sleepover. So, but I really hope she gets like a good deal out of this, because she is the best female singer I ever worked with. It's totally crazy. I mean, if you listen, I don't know if you heard the latest. What's it called? Rising Tide by Ronnie Atkins.
No, I haven't heard that yet.
Okay, it's the second single from the coming album, his solo album.
Okay.
And that is, people say, "What? Ooh, I love those keyboards." It's not keyboards. It's only Linnéa.
Oh man.
because I
She,
had some keyboards on, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
got her back in. I got like I think it was 75 channels of backing vocals. Whoa, whoa, and it's like it's so insane.
She does like on even on the songs you guys recorded together. It's just I
Yeah,
listen to her vocals and just go, man, how? It's some of the stuff is like not even humanly
and you would
possible.
laugh your ass off if you heard her, you know, lead channels, you know, soloed, because you can hear a dog in the background or a baby going like, "Nah, nah, nah, nah," and it's totally messy. So she's like having baby here singing at the same time, and you know, so well, we did it.
It works, man. It works. So I mean, obviously, you're a dad as well.
Yeah,
So
I have two kids, but they're older. My son is turning 17, and my daughter is 23. But he is actually, I tried to kick him out earlier because he has school, but you know, teenager.
yeah.
So, and he always take up, Dad, you didn't go to school, so what can I say?
I did well, yeah.
Yeah,
See, I mean, I've got kids as well, so I know exactly what it's like. You know, I've got a jump. I've got a 21-year-old, and then a
yeah.
big jump. I'm a grandpa, believe it or not, and
Wow, congrats.
yeah, yeah, metal grandpa. But
Yeah,
you know, for me, obviously, those things have, you know, the metal and the pop culture stuff. You know, I've been trying to pass that on to my kids as well. Is that
yeah.
something that they share with you as well?
Not really, but they share the music. My son is going to this music producer school right now because he won't listen to me at all. So nobody's more into the hip hop kind of, you know, rap kind of stuff that I deeply hate. But still, I know how to when it's wrong. I can hear when it's sitting in there going with his beats, and then there's too much fucking sub bass going on, and I go like, no one can play this in a normal speaker, you know. You know. And my daughter has released two singles. Will release a third one as country kind of pop.
Oh,
You know?
awesome.
Yeah, check her out, Tilda Laney.
I will. Yeah, I'll definitely check her out. That's awesome, man. That's
Yeah,
really cool. But I mean, I do understand what you mean about that bit hip hop
yeah,
stuff. But I mean, it's unavoidable these days. But of course, I mean, as I was going to say, in regards to soundtracks and stuff, you know, it was a big part of our growing up, and I found that you know the 80s and 90s had some of the biggest soundtracks there were known to man, and you know, it introduced bands to people. Like I discovered
yeah.
so many bands through soundtracks, but it seems like it's a bit of a lost art these days.
I think we lost it in the 90s. I mean,
Mm.
the last soundtrack that I can remember that was really big was Pretty Woman.
Well,
You know, because then if you look back to what actually happened, comparison to the 80s, I mean, that's when you saved your best song for maybe be able to pitch it into a movie, and you know, if you were happy enough to get it into the movie, you would be a big star the day after. Uh, and also, I mean, the actual movie industry, they provided all the artists with clips from the movies, and you know, it went really hand in hand. But then in the 90s, all of a sudden, like Pulp Fiction, for instance, they started using like 50s and 60s songs, and when it came to rock, it was grunge, or when it came to those teenage movies that would have the biggest hits, now it was grunge and pop punk and maybe Eurodisco kind of song, you know.
yeah.
So I must say the 90s was the hardest part to find soundtracks from. So I did the exact opposite. If I found a song that I remember from the 90s that I'd seen somewhere, or you know, connected to a movie somewhere, I had to go back and check if it was actually in a movie. But you do what you have to do.
So was there a soundtrack that has been the most significant for you that you've drawn the most influence from?
Yeah, Top Gun.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, there is not a weak song on that one, and it's I love that soundtrack. That's one of the few that I actually can stand the whole album. I can just put it on and let it be and go like, oh yeah.
See, Kenny Loggins was all over every soundtrack, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Back then.
He was a get-go guy. You know?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Stan Bush, and then in the 90s it was Filter, who I discovered through that. One of my favorite bands ever.
Hey, I gotta say, I love the. I think it is the latest one that's a little popular, or a lot popular. What's the name of it? Ooh, the sun goes up. Yeah, whatever. But I loved that album when I got it, and I couldn't find it on vinyl. I'm a vinyl geek, so I got it now, and it's half black and half golden.
Whoa.
So,
What album was that?
It's great too, man. But that album is actually, I think they as new guitarist in there, and you know they totally changed style. And I didn't think it was them to start with.
Filter.
Yeah.
The sun goes out out tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Album.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. Yeah. And you've got it on vinyl.
They had instead of soundtrack, they had a song in Doom.
That's it. Yeah, and it seems to be video games are taking over the soundtrack thing. So I mean, are you going to look at tackling things like that, or even like maybe I think you mentioned Disney, something like that? What do you want to do? Where do you want to take the next step about the movies?
I mean, we have a chance to do whatever. I've already started on 2 songs, so I'm quite positive that I know where we're heading. So let's see. I think it's going to be a surprise.
Okay. All right. And what about hitting the road with, I know it's hard to say right now, but is it something that you'd want to take to the stage?
Holy shit. Yeah. We talked to everyone. And as I said, we're a band. We're not a project. So like, for instance, the record deal is signed by all of us. It's not mine. It's all of us. We have the same share, whatever we do. And we're talking about doing it live, but it has to be festivals, because that's hard enough to get people from all these different bands together. Right now, I know for a fact that both me, Linnea, Egberg, Morten and Alan, we're available pretty much anytime, because King Diamond is doing Merciful Fate. It's already.
Yeah.
But Hammerfall is going out, and of course Soilwork and Night Fight is going out. So we talked to the gigs we can't do with Pontus and Björn. We will do at the movies featuring, and maybe take some names from the festival playlist. Maybe someone there would like to come in and sing a few songs. I think that could be pretty cool.
That would be incredible, dude.
Invite friends.
Oh man, man, I would do anything to see that. Being down here. Have you ever been to Australia?
No, it's a huge dream for me. Since I'm a Kiss nerd, and in 1980 when the guys were over there, I mean, I have all the TV specials and everything, and I have some good friends from Australia too. So, yeah.
Well, when it opens up, man, I would love to see you guys down here for a festival, or even you just come down for come have a few beers. We could crank the record.
You sold it in to me already.
Beers. It's a long way though. It's a really long way. Yeah. So I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but I mean, is there any news on what's going on with Pretty Maids?
The band turned 40 last year, and they came up 2 books, and there is a museum going on in Denmark.
Wow.
That actually, I got the news yesterday that they will, have it open 6 months more. And they have all my guitars, so I have to call them if we're going on the road. No, I think we're actually just taking a break since Ron has been so sick.
Yes, I understand.
And me and him, I mean, he's done 2 solo albums. The second one is coming out now in March. 2 singles are out. So I've been totally I mean, I've done 2 albums with him and 2 with at the movies in 1 year. I mean, I don't know how, how I did it, but that's the truth. And I'm really proud of the work we've done for him. Since, I mean, when he was the most sick, he didn't know if he was gonna live until the release. You know, so we had a lot of, you know, we talk every day. I mean, we're best buddies, and when it comes to Pretty Maids, it would be to go out on tour because we never toured on the latest album.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is we don't know if Ronnie can go out and do a full show. You know, so I think he would like to start maybe doing like a solo gig or something by himself, a little smaller, to see, because they took away 1/3 of his lung and stuff like that. And it's one thing to stand in the studio and sing, to be out on stage, and he's a fucking great, you know, stage performer.
100%.
So, and the thing is, we all live in different places on Earth. I mean, the bass player Renee is in Mallorca, Spain. I'm in Sweden. The rest is in Denmark and different places. So just to start it up, we need to know for a fact that we can go out and tour. You know, we can't just do a one-off show of the fact that it costs too much to start up. Also, with the restrictions and shit. I mean, it's I haven't met all the Pretty Maids guys haven't met until since I think it's September 2019, which is insane. We lived together for so many years. I mean, just for me, since 2016, I did like, I think I did 110 shows or something. You know, we went all over Europe a couple of times. We did those cruises in the States, and then we went to Japan twice. And, you know, it was like we lived and breathed each other, you know. And now we haven't met for so long. It's crazy.
It is crazy, and I man, my heart goes out to you guys for what you guys have been through. Yeah, it's you know, it's tough, especially for a lot of musicians, full-time musicians like yourselves, man. So,
and also, I mean, it's not only the musicians. I mean, I get by since I'm working in studio and so forth, and doing a lot of projects. But then I think about the guys, the light engineers and the sound guys and the road crew all over. I mean, these guys, I mean, they were hit pretty fucking hard. And I think it's going to be hard for every touring band to find these guys, because they probably have new jobs now and found out that this is way easier living. And I can't blame them. You know?
It's you know, I know a lot of people down here, a lot of dudes. Hey, shout out to those roadies and the crew. Hey, that, you know, make it all happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, hopefully very soon it's all gonna open up again. And
I hope so. I actually got my third jab yesterday.
Oh wow, you all right? You feeling okay?
Yeah, a little headache, but I'm fine.
So I'll talk a little lower.
No, a little higher. No, I'm just...
my wife had hers and it wiped her out for a couple of days too. Everyone, I haven't had mine. I can't have mine until Feb. So
okay.
So we'll see.
It feels good. I'm turning 50 next week, so I'm gonna have my parents over and shit like that. So I really want to make sure I'm home safe. That I did my best.
Yeah, super important. Super important, man. Yep, absolutely. So what else you got coming up for 2020? I can't believe I'm even saying it. 2022.
What I have coming up is, as I said before, there's gonna be a new Ronnie Atkins album. It's called Make It Count. It's a superb album, man. It is. I mean, the first one shot is great, but this is, I'm really proud of it. And then I'm working on at the movies, of course, and I'm also working on a project with Hirsch Gardner and the guys from New England, this old 70s, 80s band that Paul Stanley used to produce back in the day.
Yeah, wow.
Todd Rundgren too, and everyone has been involved. So we're doing some remakes of old New England stuff, it's very exciting. I can't say much more. There's a lot of cool people involved. We have Bumblefoot is on one song, and you know, let's see. No, but there's always shit going on. And right now I'm mixing Björn Strid. He has another band, of course, called Donna Canone, which is like a 2 girls and 2 guys kind of outfit.
Wow. Okay. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, which is like I don't know what to call it. It's rock, you know. And he plays guitar. He doesn't sing. He plays guitar. So, and it's pretty cool. And I mixed the whole album, so they're coming on Sunday to just go over, you know, a little lower there, higher there, you know. So,
is that your little studio set up there? Is that like you, or is this just your hangout? Oh yeah, cool. That's rad. So you gotta have a space. You gotta have a creative space.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to get this steady here.
It worked.
No, but I mean, without this, I mean, I would be dead, you know. And I'm so glad because I had a studio before, way back, or far away. And now when the lockdown came, I mean, this at the movies wouldn't be possible if I had to go away, you know. So it's been great. We live in a, I don't know what you call it, a 2-story thing, and I have no neighbors up here on the 8th floor. So, and I have my own entrance to the studio, so I can Kustoms in here. Now it's just superb for me.
That's excellent.
Except when my son doesn't want to go to school.
Oh.
It pisses me off.
The forever battle. It
is.
But you know, we were there, man. Come on,
but you can't shoot him and can't live with him. Yeah. What is it? You can't live with him, can't shoot him.
Yeah. Well, mate, it's been awesome hanging out with you and talking all things at the movies, brother. And mate, I can't wait to hear what you do next because you're phenomenal. See, I'm not even halfway through this. You are phenomenal at what you do.
You need to hang with the Scandinavians because we can drink.
Mate, I smell this and I get a woozy. But mate, we'll have all the links down here. Everyone go order it now. Get your hands on those Walkmans. Holy shit. Man.
That's cool. And I gotta show you this before we go.
Yeah, do it.
Because I think it looks fucking awesome. Purple for volume 1. And come on. Oh, I got my son to open these and he totally destroyed them.
Did he know what it was?
Yeah, he knew what it was. So much I'm a proud parent so far. But then he started to try to open this, and he was like, how the fuck do you open it? And he took this up, going like... I filmed it. So I'm going to get that out there.
I had to explain to my my 5-year-old. He's like, what's that? And I'm like, it's a tape. Plays music. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And when we wanted to rewind it, we'd shove a pencil in there and spin it around real fast.
Exactly.
No?
Yeah.
That's how we used to do it back in the Stone Age.
That's the real playlist.
Man, we had a duffel bag. Me and my best mate, shout out to Shane. We had a duffel bag filled with tapes, and we'd lug that thing around with one little Walkman and a whole bag of tapes.
That's the way you did it.
Yeah, man.
And always when we jumped into the van when we were out playing in my younger years, everyone had one of those small bags with their favorite cassettes. You know, that's the way it was.
That's it. If you wanted to hear Rusted Peace, you had to like throw them out all over the place and dig through to the bottom, and then you'd finally find the one, and it'd be like,
And it would always be when there's 2 songs that's not from that album. To fill out that side, you know, like, oh, I thought it was this.
it would stop halfway through because like it wasn't. Yeah. And then you'd have to like, I had heaps of albums like that.
Yeah.
Mate, it's been awesome hanging with you on a Friday night. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, thank you.